Trying to. There it goes.
Hello.
That's okay. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
I don't know if I don't know if you've seen the last couple of lives, but like I've made mention of it. It's such a weird happenstance. So on my phone, like I can see myself, but none of the other windows. It's all just black, right?
Oh.
So I can't see you until I like eventually get my until I get this like the actual live on my laptop, which is sitting right in front of me. It's so weird. I don't know how that happened. Oh, weird. I don't like it. But anyways, how are you? I know you're feeling a little under the weather, so obviously I greatly appreciate you coming on still.
Oh, it's okay. I think
Man.
I'm pretty much over it. It's just the coughing part of it.
Ew. I feel like that's always the last.
Yeah.
It's the last part of it.
Just wants to hang on.
Yeah, it just lingers. I'll never let go, Jack. You're like, really?
You need to
I
let go.
need to let go. It's killing me. Oh man. God, let me see if the so far. Let me see if the guys are on. Hey, Adam. Let's see here. That's really very strange. And you didn't have any issues finding it once I tagged you in it, did you?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of. Where are the guys? There he is.
Brandon Davis.
All right, Caleb. All right, let's get
Hi,
Caleb
Brandon.
on here.
Hi, Bruce. Hi, Caleb. Oh, share. Let me see. How do I share?
Oh, hello.
Can I share?
I think that down by the comment section, there might be like a little arrow to the left of where if you wanted to put in a comment, there should be like a little arrow to allow you to share it.
What's up, y'all?
I don't know how I don't know how it is when we start it, because I gotta actually like find your page, Amanda, and share it before I get on. Like once I'm on, I don't know how to share it either.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, typically if it's somebody, I don't know why, if it's just because we're co-hosts, maybe that's why it won't let us share it. I have no idea. But
maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, again,
But no,
like all of you guys are blacked out, so I can't see you except for on my laptop. So this is gonna be interesting again. But I don't know, and I even like uninstalled Facebook and reinstalled it, and it still didn't. Yeah, that's awkward.
On my Facebook, I can't see the shares. Like I can't see who shares my stuff. Like it's frozen, the button. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I can't see anybody. You know.
Facebook just be Facebooking.
I know.
Just be Facebooking.
my Facebook's working great.
Mine too.
Just want to throw that out there.
How's your internet?
Okay, just a little brag. Like my Facebook is doing great.
Put it out there. I thought we were all sharing Facebook stories.
Yeah, okay, well, yours working fine isn't a story. Okay, listen, sir, unless you have a grievance to voice, I'm going to need you to tone it down.
Hey, Amanda.
You know how long it took for me to be able to say this, to get internet here where I can actually enjoy Facebook at my house? Yes, I'm going to brag. Yes.
Hey, Amanda, it's about time for you to get an iPhone. That's what that is.
Yeah, I will never switch. No, that is a hill I will die on. I'm Android ride or die. So sorry.
Makes no sense.
Neither do you, but we tolerate you.
I used to be in denial like that too. I used to be in denial too. So.
Yeah, denial's a river in Africa, buddy. Okay, so what we and I mean, I don't know if you remember how you do this, Hannah, but we like to have you kind of introduce yourself to anybody who's never had the opportunity to meet you or is just brand new. Give us who you are, any kind of companies you have, obviously, and then how you got into bullies, and then we'll take it from there.
My name is Hannah Abba. I'm presented by Hannah. That's my company. But I I handle dogs professionally. And excuse my my voice because I'm having a little, cold in there, but uh, that's almost done. But yeah, I'm very
Thank
excited
goodness.
to be on here and to talk about, the things that we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been waiting for this for a hot second. Ever since getting to see you and your grand champion female at nationals. Sorry, I'm a little spacey. I'm getting sick too, so it's like I'm medicated, so I'm a little spacey right now. Forgive me. But I wanted to kind of like dive right in because I don't know if anybody had noticed, we are on a trend for
Yes.
the next like 4 or 5 weeks now,
Wow.
where we have been very, very picky in selecting who we have on for our powerhouse women. This,
Nice.
as we know, that this community has a tendency to kind of be like male forward.
Masculine.
You see a lot of men, but we feel that there are so many, strong, powerful, influential women, in this community that we want to throw flowers at and make sure we give them, the spotlight that they've very, very hardly earned, very, very, very much. So, anyways, you are one of my personal favorites. I fangirl every time.
Thank you.
I'm always excited
That's so
when I see
sweet
you
of
at shows. I'm
you.
like, yeah, I'm gonna say hi. My dogs love you more than they love me. It's great, especially the big guy. He loves Hannah. He sees her. He's like, oh, she gives me treats. She loves me. But
She smells like a big treat.
he smells like treats. Oh man, yeah. He was like the focus. Like he stared her going, "Hi." I was like, "Oh my God, really, dude? Can you flirt a little bit less, please? You're making a fool of yourself." She's spoken for. Listen, she's married. But at nationals, which I want to say the last show that I had the privilege of seeing you at, you have one of the baddest females I've
Aw,
seen in a hot second. So,
we love her.
well, yeah.
We love her.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, if any of you didn't have an opportunity to see her at nationals, wowza! Like that dog is. I mean, it's one of those dogs that you look at and you're like, what's her stud fee?
Yeah.
But right, like, oh my God, that's a chick.
Yeah.
So I've been very curious as to how she came to be with you, how that campaign has gone, just from kind of like from the start, like what kind of put you in the position to have her and to campaign her?
So it was very interesting because the beginning of last year, I was, campaigning other people's dogs. I had Jack, I had all of that. But Zero was already done. And he was 2022, so 2023 kind of, finished off other people's dogs and branded and champed them. Then 2024 came along, and this was around, I think in May. Yeah, I believe it was May. I put the whole timeline out there, but I believe it was in May. The initial thing was I saw her brother. I saw her brother at a BRC show in here in Illinois. His name is Champion Rhino right now. But he's a beautiful dog. Yeah, he's a big guy, and yeah, and Emily was like, hey, I have a dog I want you to see. So I walked up to him, and it was an older gentleman. He was walking around in the show. Didn't know anything about the show. It was his first show, and I said, you have a very nice dog. Come to find out that the person who produced that dog, we actually shot pictures of the mama of that dog. And this was like maybe 2-3 years ago. Yeah. So
Yeah.
He got 6 degrees of piggy bank.
yeah. So he was walking around with the dog, and then I said, I can grand this dog probably,
Wow.
So so I took him to his first show. He granded, and no, he champed. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he's champed, and his breeder messaged me, and she said, you like him, you're gonna like his sister. And I'm like, really? Yeah. And then so she was like, well, I want to do pictures of her. So I waited for her. She kind of, it took a few weeks. And finally one day she said, I want to set up the photo shoot with Jim. And I wasn't here during that time. I don't know where I was. I don't know if I was showing or what. But Jim went to go and do the pictures or working. I don't know. I'm busy going on the go. But so Jim went to take pictures of her and he saw her and he said, yeah, that is a nice female. And, she was like, well, I'm thinking of selling her. And he said, you're going to get a call tonight.
Oh.
So, that's how, yeah.
Rapid fire.
And, rapid fire. And so he called Sam because we have always this great relationship with Sam Liam,
Yeah, yes.
And he has dogs that are nice that he has with us, and and Jim wanted him to be in on it too, because we have a great relationship. Our relationship really is like handshake, it's old school. Your word is your word,
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just always, and those two guys are, it's not about ego or anything. So I mean, it works. The relationship works. But he called Sam, and Sam was like, yeah, let's do it. And he's never seen Jim excited about a female. So Jim is our secret weapon when it comes to looking at dogs, or picking dogs out. I mean, he just has this feeling and this way of, it's just, I don't know. And he even, picked Zero out of the lineup. So.
Oh, okay. So he bats 1,000. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So we finally got her home, and the first show, I think within the week she showed, and she if it was a 3-show weekend. I mean, there was only 3 shows for that one event.
Oh.
So and then and she didn't have competition for like her 1 to 2 class, so she was just. We didn't champ her out the first show, but she got pretty darn close. Yeah. But after that, it just kind of took off, Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, and it's like one of the things that, I mean, anybody that owns or campaigns a female can kind of relate to this is, you can sit there and you can, make a major butt in the ring with other females, and then you turn around, then you have to face these males, and the trend obviously in this time frame that we're in, the males are getting bigger. I mean, they're just getting bigger, so it just makes it so hard to be able to get in the ring with these males and feel like you stand a chance. And yet, I mean, Piggy is just killing it. I mean, she's just this beastly, confident little thing, and
she's crazy. She's crazy. She's cray. She will bite your hand off for a toy or a ball. But
she ask me, what's her personality like? Because when she gets in that ring,
she's spitfire. Yeah, she really is a dog that you really have to know what you're doing to handle her, because she's just. I mean, she's a lot of fun, she's very exuberant. She has a lot of drive, but you have to know when to kind of temper it down, because she's just such a fun dog. But she had a great family. She really did. Tanya does amazing with her dogs, and Piggy, she just knew that Piggy was something that she could give to us and allow us to have that would kind of catapult her, what I mean? Oh. So that's it. But yeah, she had a really good home.
It's you.
And it definitely catapulted her. I finally got to see her for the first time in Fort Walton.
Did you?
There's actually a picture of us.
Oh,
all three of
that's
us.
right.
It was me, Jaira, and Christine, actually all sitting there looking at her. We're all like,
that's a girl.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah. Well, here's I remember a post on your Facebook relatively recently. You have a puppy off of Piggy.
Oh yeah.
So if my math, she was pregnant.
Your math is mathing.
My math is really mathing, like brain fog. So it's amazing if this is accurate. She was pregnant when you campaigned her champion and grand, or champion maybe 2 grand, and then she whelped before nationals?
Crazy.
She whelped. Well, she had the puppies on August 2. So
Okay,
she
gotcha.
had quite a few. Yeah, she had quite a few months in between that and nationals. But
And like, how
Four.
fast do you think she grew?
4 to go to nationals.
Huh.
That is crazy.
That's what I was thinking too.
4
I was just like,
months. 4 months.
Yeah.
That is not very long to be able to perform like that at nationals
Right.
against males.
Yeah.
Like to draw up, to really be able to, feed the puppies the proper nutrition they need
Yeah.
and things
Blowing
like that. Like
coat
Hannah, like
and,
what you did
you
with
know.
Piggy is crazy.
It was interesting with Piggy because Piggy is not I wish she was like a mama's dog, like a mama dog. She's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's just
Okay.
she's very rough with the dog. So it so happened that when she was whelping, there's another dog that had puppies that had like maybe one puppy, I think.
Perfect.
So we just kind of put the puppies with them because she will stand up and literally trample over the puppies. Like she doesn't realize how big she is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, neither do we until we see
That
her
was the
person,
perfect
so.
storm. The perfect storm, though.
Yeah.
That was able to draw her up quicker, able to get her ready for
Yeah.
nationals.
Yeah.
Like the puppies whelped,
Yeah.
puppies taken care of.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
amazing.
And the mama was good, like she took care of them, so but she was pregnant maybe a few days until her grand, so we just finished that and then we stopped showing her.
Okay, because I was about to say, like, I didn't know, again, if my math was mathing, but I thought I remembered her actually campaigning while she was pregnant, like, at some point, to some
There was
degree. And I was just sitting there, like,
there was a few
dang, and then
days.
turn around and whelp, and then come
Yeah.
back to nationals and perform the way that she did, which, again, like, my lives are still up, so if anybody ever needs to go back to any of the lives that I did at nationals, oh my gosh, like she just glides. She moves so well for being as thick as she is. It's she's one of those ones those dogs that when you talk about the written breed standard and movement being a part of that, just being like, oh well, the bigger they are, the more heavy muscle they have, the worse they move, or the less mobile they are. And I mean, she just blows that out of the water.
Yeah.
Hey,
She moves
Anna,
pretty phenomenal.
I want to ask you a question on the show side.
Sure.
How long did it take you to become a professional a trainer? And then this is a two-part question. And what's the worst thing that you ever done in the ring that you would never do again?
Pick up a dog while he's peeing. That was not my fault. Somebody told me he was done. At nationals? Yeah, we'll never do that again.
At nationals.
Oh man, that was embarrassing. Jim was like, pick him up. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, I need to pee on another dog.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. You're fired. You're fired, Jim.
I mean, in hindsight, it was hilarious, though. It really was.
Oh,
Oh man.
At least, nationals isn't always so serious,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to have those moments to
Yeah.
really just
Yeah.
laugh about.
Just laugh after. But yeah. Well, yeah. Let me see. Professional handling. I started like 20 years ago, but then I had a lull in between because I was like, okay, we can't both do the dog thing. You go do the dog thing, Jim, and I'll do the career thing. So I kind of had a lull in between. But I was handling in the Philippines. I was handling, and I learned from a lot of, older Filipino handlers, like very good. They were FCI handlers, yeah, all breed. So I went to their seminars, yeah. And I was handling Labradors, Beagles.
Dang, I love that. I mean, nothing like an all breed handler, because I mean they're a lot of people are like, well, a dog is a dog. You stack it the way you stack it. They're all the same. They all gate, and they don't. Like you have to kind of.
The thing that sets a lot of handlers apart, like those, especially those handlers, is the art form they put into it. They understand the why to what they're doing. So when their movements in the ring are very literal, you know what I mean? Like it's like almost telling a story, almost like a dance kind of thing. That's just kind of how you are, how you move, you know? Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been for a while. I've been doing it for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
I just stopped in between.
Well,
Yeah.
First and foremost,
All
it
right, so
doesn't look like you're old enough to have done anything for 20 years. First and foremost.
I have a child
Just
in
go ahead and get
college,
that out of the way.
Oh,
I
wow.
did that.
So Hannah, you said something. You said that during that time, you did the career, Jim did the dogs.
Mhm.
Now y'all are like a dynamic duo
Yeah.
in the thing, as you say it, in the dogs.
Anything.
So are both of y'all doing this full, like, is this both of y'all in it all the way now?
No,
Or how does that work?
I'm still a nurse. I still do
Wow.
the nurse thing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm the director of clinical services at a company, so
Oh,
I do
wow.
that during the week. Yeah, and then dogs are really my fun thing. They really are.
Nice.
Yeah.
It seems like you're so enticed with this that you do it full time. You and Jim, like, huge respect for what y'all do.
Thank
you.
Yeah. I remember at one point and this, I'd had a question for you. And this was, could have been even years ago, maybe.
Mhm.
You mentioned that you also do classes, like handling classes from time to time. Is that something that you're still doing? And who did you or do you do that through?
So I still do. It's more for the dogs more than anything, but it also, because when you go to those classes, it's done. The one we go to is Mr. Stan Matsumoto. So he's been a judge and he's been in dogs for 50 years. He's an older gentleman, but very, very knowledgeable, very good handler. As you go to the classes, as you get to know him, he teaches you things. He, imparts this wisdom on you, so it's like not just one time, but anytime you go, if there's something that needs to be corrected with a dog, or if, a gate needs to be fixed, and he'll say, this is a perfect gate for that dog. That's,
Yeah.
And you bring the dog, it's mainly for the dog, but you also learn because you're just soaking up whatever he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
So these classes I still go to with any dog, with new dogs, with old dogs, and I go weekly. So,
Hey Anna, look, so you saying that you can fix a gate on a dog?
if you go too slow or too fast. So certain dogs, like for example, if you have
Okay, I
like a
got
dog
you.
like a dog that paddles a little bit, you just slow it down a little bit so he doesn't push out so much, yeah. But
I
and then
got you.
certain dogs, yeah,
So it's
they
it's
move a little different.
so it's the speed that separates dogs, right? That's what you're saying?
Um, not really separates, but I think speed helps in highlighting their attributes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and another good example, and again, I've videos that I can share if anybody needs to after the show to kind of get a good idea of what I mean. But like at nationals, I want to say it was it might have been the best. It might have been best in show, or it might have been best grand.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was best grand. When everyone was doing their major rounds instead of the oh my god, thank you, oh my gosh, this brain fog's killing me, oh my gosh. But when they're doing a round, some dogs are specifically moved slower, while other ones, I can't remember if it was it wasn't Little Baby. Was it Little Baby? No, it was God, that beautiful fawn boy that but she had him wide open, like she was running, and he's a standard.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Rock, not
I
Rock.
think she is Rock. She's from, I think he's from Russia, and she's from Spain. The handler, Carmen.
I mean, she opened him wide open, like she was running, like he was. But the beautiful thing was, his gait was smooth and it was precise, and that's the speed that he probably really truly needed to look the way that he looked. But
So
yeah,
one
I
of,
mean,
so one of the things you watch for when you look at a dog's gait is you look at the
Yes.
vibration on their back. So if the back is vibrating too much, it's a little too the speed is a little too much for the dog, or there's something going on with the gait where it's causing the back to vibrate too much. When you're watching a dog go around the ring, you want that kind of as flat as possible,
yeah,
and
that's
they,
not
you know that's a good speed for them. Yeah.
nice. Oh yeah, yeah, and
That's a
that's
I
perk.
love that.
Yes, that's a perk.
I never would have like examined it with that lens. Like
Yeah.
I usually just go with whatever makes it so that the one they're not paddling, and
Yeah.
it's like the gait is to a point where they're not trying to purposefully go faster or slower, so they skip. You know, like that's
Yeah.
usually where I leave it. Like that's just that's yeah, okay, that
And like
wait.
a lot of XLs, yeah, and a lot of XLs, they have like a parallel movement where they, if you don't move them fast enough, their legs are both going on the same plane,
Yeah.
on one side. So yeah.
That's wow. That's it.
So
Any, anybody? That's your gym number one for this evening. Enjoy that.
yeah.
Now,
No vibration on the back.
so this
So
let's. Oh, go ahead, Bruce.
so okay. So you've been in front of a lot of judges. Okay. So how do what do they like to see? Do they like to see a dog that gaits real fast or slow?
I think I think it depends on the dog. So they want the dog they want to be able to see the dog at its best. So if you have a dog that's a little more, has really good drive and reach, yeah, you could do a little faster. If you have a dog that has kind of like a shorter upper arm, I mean, you don't want them to be moving way too fast for them, where their rear has to catch up with their front. And then once they do that, they're like their hips are adjusting and they're kind of, they're kind of hopping at that point.
The
So
reason, the
you,
reason, go ahead.
go ahead.
Well, the reason I asked you that is because I have seen a lot of dogs that can gait slow or
Hmm.
fast. They can gait
Hmm.
either way.
Hmm.
So I'm saying at that standpoint, if you had a dog that could do both, how would you approach around the ring?
Me, I'd like them to move a little faster.
Okay.
But that's me because I want them to look more animated, more active,
Okay.
But
I
there
got you.
are some dogs that just can't, like, I mean, like for example, Frenchies, they have such little
Right,
legs, you have to walk really
right,
fast.
right.
You have to walk, but it's walk fast, Yeah.
I love you,
Yeah.
Smudge.
Yes.
Smudge
Yeah.
was so
So
fun to watch. Oh my
yeah, Smudge
god.
is great. I
Oh,
love him. He's so
oh my
Their
gosh.
cute.
legs
Yeah, that
move
was
so
the
fast. They
fun.
try to. They try.
Yeah. So
Hey, Hannah, I got a question for you. I've noticed every time you're in the ring, you stack a dog different on the mat, different location on the mat. Sometimes you stack it
mhm.
out, sometimes you stack it more in. What's the importance of stacking, and why do you stack different dogs different for different, rings?
Well, my dog has something to say. Sorry, sorry, she's barking.
He
For
wants to answer the question, or she
She
wants to
wants
answer
to
the
answer the
question.
question. Yeah, I don't know. Excuse her. But because the little Chester is here.
Oh,
Chester,
that's the piggy son.
Chester.
Hey, look, you know
I'm gonna
what?
show you
I
her
was,
before
hey,
this.
look, I was
Oh
about to
yeah.
ask her. Hey, look, I was about to
Hey,
ask her, was the
Chester,
dog sitting on the shelf? Because she was looking up at the dog. You know what I'm saying?
come here.
Where is
Sitting there waiting for the live to be over.
He's the big boy.
Oh,
Say
I bet she could train him.
hi,
Hey.
Chester. Hey, this is Chester. So this is a Piggy
Oh my
and Zero baby.
oh my gosh.
He's a
That's the one you
big
took a
boy.
picture of?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
Posted him
big.
today. That is a beautiful
yeah.
dog.
Like
He's six
yeah.
months.
That's a
Yeah.
Man.
big looking boy. That boy look
Yeah,
big
he's
too.
man, I cannot wait to watch him grow, man. I mean with those two,
What a breeding. What a
yeah.
breeding.
Yeah, he's a good
Oh
boy.
my
He's
gosh.
6 months old.
Gosh.
That's the whew, Man, where are you planning on debuting him?
I don't know yet. So we're just gonna let him grow how he grows, and if he looks great, then we'll bring him out.
I know. Now we know. So actually, we might not know. So I really love to get into like Zero's pedigree and Piggy's pedigree, how they differ, if there's any similarities that you saw that made you kind of be like, no, this is absolutely the pairing I want for Chester.
Well, Jim really got Piggy for Zero. So it was that was always the plan. Yeah, that was always the plan. But the way that they kind of match up is they both have Grim in them. And it's like a line breeding, but not too close.
Right.
So, because she's Brim, and then of course Zero has Grim on the mama side. So yeah, that was the idea behind that.
Okay.
No, that makes perfect sense. You can tell just again they have very distinct facial structures. So,
but you know what's
what's
very interesting is Piggy does have Miyagi in her.
That's
and so does Zero, like all the way back. And so does Blue.
Has some Miyagi. I want to say, gosh, can't a few generations back on his father's side. So yeah, there's some Miyagi in there too. Like yeah, so it's
Miyagi. So very interesting.
Yeah.
So when it came to campaigning Zero versus Piggy, I mean, obviously, again, campaigning females is going to be a little bit different, but is there any different way that you prepared yourself for that campaign versus when you were campaigning Zero?
Yeah, because you know, females always go in. I forgot. You asked me a question before I got. I'm sorry. I didn't answer it. I grabbed my puppy and I'm like, here, look at my puppy.
No, it's okay. I want you to answer this question. That was a good question.
Chester. I wanted to see Chester, so I got what I wanted. So
yes.
Don't bother with him. It's fine. I got what I wanted.
Amanda is so rude. She does not care.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
But no, please answer the question she asked. Amanda, hush. I like that question, and then we'll get back to that question later.
What was the question again, Amanda?
But thank you, Hannah.
Now I forgot what question she asked.
Y'all done got them messed up now. She forgot about the question.
I know, right? We got
the difference.
I'm sorry.
The difference with Zero and Piggy.
Zero and
yeah,
Piggy.
okay. So the difference with Zero and Piggy, I think more of paying attention to when her heat cycle is coming in. That's the biggest thing. Of course, she's a newer girl to us, so we didn't know after, you know, because she did come into heat. But I was expecting her to come into heat at nationals. That's why I'm like, oh, good Lord.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
But she ended up coming to but she ended up coming in like 3 weeks or a month or something before. So I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with Piggy, I did a lot of flirt pole work, especially just to kind of tighten up her rear and everything like that. We did a lot of walks, you know, that girl, you can throw a ball and she goes crazy. She just like runs. She just runs, you know, and she jumps. And yeah, she has like, I don't know, hydraulics. She's crazy, you know.
I'll be interested to know what her vertical is.
Yeah, I don't know what her vertical leap is, but they're pretty high. But she's crazy.
Put her in the comments.
But yeah, but she's a good girl. I think with her and with Zero, the only thing with Zero was so used to the lifestyle of travel.
Yeah.
He was used to being on the plane, you know. He would just get in the plane, put his butt under the seat and just go to sleep, you know. With Piggy, she was a little more like, what's going on? You know what's going on, where are we going? You know. Yeah, so I think that was the biggest challenge when it came to Piggy. Yeah.
Yeah, varying personalities.
Mhm.
All right, Caleb, back to your question if you must.
Well,
Well,
thank you, Amanda. You are a jerk, first of all. But Hannah, just to reiterate the question, if anyone forgot it, but
yeah.
just where you stack your dog, because I see the calculations, like really, as soon as you get in the ring, you are calculated. You know exactly what you're going against and how to stack your dog, and it starts with a
Mhm.
stack. Let's go into the importance of stacking and where you stack your dog and why.
Well, sorry. When if I have time before the show, that I kind of figure out what's the best placement for my dog. Is my dog a good dog? Is my dog a dog that likes to follow, or is it my dog a dog that likes to lead? You know, that's one of the things I look for. Because then if he's a follower, then he'll most likely perform better behind another dog. You know, so where you're placed at too in line is important. And you could use that to your advantage. Another thing is when you walk into the ring, I look at the terrain. And I've told this to other handlers before. I'm like, look at your terrain. You could use it to your advantage, especially if it's kind of slippery. So
Yeah.
sometimes these concrete floors have little dips and rivets and things like that.
Yeah.
I look for the part where my dog will be able to place the back feet, you know,
Without
or
slipping. Mhm.
even just a slight little bump on the, you know, on the cement, you know, and I put it in, and they can kind of, their chest will kind of come out and they'll kind of push themselves up a little bit. Those are all, you know, oh, where'd he go? He's the one that wanted to know what this was.
He's mad at me. He's mad at me. It's fine. This was a punishment for me. It's fine.
I was like, where'd
Either
Caleb
that
go?
or I
He
kicked him off.
wanted to know.
Amanda kicked me off for my last comment. I'm so sorry. I'm done, Amanda. I'm done. White flag.
Maybe you should be nicer to me.
I'm so
Right.
sorry.
No, but
Well,
that's what I do. I
Well-
use the terrain to my advantage. Yeah.
Here's another
Nice.
thing that I noticed, and this is something that you actually told me once, especially with Smudge and other dogs that are of a darker color, is sometimes when those run strips are black, you
They get lost in.
purposely, yes, you take them off of that mat and you stack them closer to the judge so that they can contrast with the flooring, so that they can be seen. And I just remember that. I didn't like I'm sitting there, I think about my outfit, also something you taught me.
Yes. Yes.
I know, I just like I absorb everything she says. It's like please, I'd like some more. So I remember like I'm sitting there thinking, okay, make sure that my outfit isn't a similar color or hue or whatever to the dog that I'm showing, and then, but I'm not thinking about the floor. I mean, because my brain doesn't function as highly as yours does. Like you're literally like, oh, black floor, black dog, boom, you just move it up. I'm
Yeah.
crazy.
The motto that we have is always give your dog the best chance to win. So whatever that is, whatever that means to you, that's what you do. You know. So like that, if the dog is the same color as the runner, put him on the cement. I've had, you know, I've actually gated dogs around the ring where the runner is black, and I go on the cement. You know, it's just that's what you do. You give your dogs the best chance to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you always do, and that's the beauty of it. Is like I'm always like I love to be in the ring with you because I love to like be in the ring with you. But at the same time, I'm sitting there thinking like, shit.
No. Hey, it's not me. It's the dog. You have a nice dog, you're gonna win, girl.
Amanda focused on something else.
Oh man. Hey, that is true
Oh, man.
story.
Walk in the
She's
ring like you already
won.
won. That's what
Yes.
it is. Confidence.
But I guarantee everyone in the comments is saying the same thing, that as soon as we go against you, actually Smizzy Bull said it a while ago, as soon as he steps in the ring with you, he's just walking out. But we actually
No.
met you in Columbus,
It's like,
Georgia.
well, this is over.
Yeah. Two
Aw.
years ago, we met you in Columbus, Georgia, and Genesis went off that weekend. And they actually changed the handler of the dog we were going against to you. And I was like, shit.
Did I win?
It was like two years ago in Columbus, Georgia.
I
You
think I remember
handled an
that.
XL.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
And it was As soon as they gave the lead to you, I was like, damn it.
Come on.
Why? Why did they find her?
It was a big dog. He was a big boy, right? Is that,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Hey
But
man,
You
that's just
know.
respect
but
because
you
the
but you
Hannah
know
you are.
what? It's crazy how just a dog can do better with a different handler.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because
Night and day,
the
night and day.
dog know his job, right? The
Yep.
dog
Mm-hmm.
know his job,
Mm-hmm.
but the different handler will get everything he can get out of that dog. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. I be watching people. I always watch people how they handle and everything, and they just make it look easy. And it looks so easy. You'll be like, oh man, I could do that. That ain't nothing. No, it ain't
Mm-hmm.
like that. It is something. It's just something,
Whole
man,
lot
that
some.
we have to like learn how to perfect our handling if we
Mm-hmm.
want to show dogs, because we not gonna win if we don't perfect our handling.
Yeah. And I
I'm
say
just
the
saying.
first thing the first thing you do is control the dog's head.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Control
Hmm.
the dog's head.
That's another thing
Yeah.
that I learned from you too.
Yeah.
You're like, once you control the head, the dog goes where, dog's going to
Yeah.
go where you make it go. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
wow.
why when
It,
I first get a dog, I always, okay, watch me, treat. Watch me, treat. Watch me, treat. Every time they look at me, watch me. Then we reset. Then watch me, treat. So they realize it's a game that you're playing, and then
Mhm.
they're like, oh,
Oh,
it
you
makes it
had
so much easier.
Adonis. You had Adonis
And
with
this is
treat, hello. Like, you had
yeah.
him just like,
Yeah. I was like,
I
hey.
love that. Like, yeah, me too, buddy.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, Hannah, we had a good question.
Yeah.
Elzonato asked it.
Hmm.
How did Hannah get into handling, and what are some tips for a new handler? I know you kind of touched on it right
Uh-huh.
there, some new tips, which was perfect, but
Yeah.
I like this question.
How I got into handling. So it was a friend of mine in college, and it's so funny because in college you're like, oh, I'm gonna breed dogs and I'm gonna sell them, and I'm gonna make money, I'm in college, I don't have a lot of
The
money.
dream.
So I did have a full-on kennel, in college, but
Wow.
I realized, we, my husband and I, Jim, we've been together for like 25 years or something,
Whoop, whoop.
and we kind of realized, as we
Or
were,
something.
yeah.
You haven't killed him yet. That's a win column
Yeah,
item.
I don't know but we kind of realized as we went along, like, oh, we need to be ethical breeders. This is not something that we should be doing, like selling puppies like this,
Yeah.
and just not even knowing where they go. And, so we kind of shied away from that. And then we found dog showing. It was one of our friends. It was the Labradors. We kind of found dog showing. So yeah, he was one of my first mentors, and the first thing he ever taught me was to roll up the lead in my hand.
Is there a trick to
And I
that?
remember, yeah, I don't have the lead just dangling because it's a distraction too.
Yeah.
It doesn't look clean. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Because there was this I know that there's videos out there of people showing like how they specifically wrap the lead around their hand in order to release it easier when it's
Yeah,
time to gate.
I'll show you.
Oh, hey, everybody!
Oh,
I'm here for it. Oh my gosh, this is exhausting.
when I do this because if I let it go, then at least it's stuck on my thumb, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just do this. I roll it up like this because then as the dog goes around, I can, if the dog is, I don't want any more tension, I can release it. If I want more tension, it helps me run up and down the lead. See?
Yeah.
So it looks like this in my hand.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, and then if I accidentally let it go, I still have this,
Right. So on your
and I can just grab it real quick. Yeah.
Gym number 2. Actually,
Yeah.
gym number 1 was Jim, so that's gym number 3.
Yeah. There you go. So that's how you do it. You just let it
I
go.
love that though. That is such a good bit of seriously, because there's
Yeah.
so much questions about that, and I seriously struggle with that myself. So I just learned something like
Yeah.
what to do with the
Because
remaining part of the lead.
yeah, because if you do this, it's hard to just, I mean, it's coming off your
Yeah,
hand and it hurts your hand. So I just do this. I just do like that.
I
Yeah.
love that.
So much. Yeah, that's the way better than I do. I'm gonna have
I
to
can
come back
let
to
it
this and
go.
like watch it over and over again so I can get it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing that ring question, Jerry James, he is asking, is there like spatial distance between like you and the dog that you're gating?
Love
Is
it.
there like is it like something that like do you teach that and what do you recommend?
Um, I'd say, uh, when you handle, you want it to look as natural as possible, right? You don't want it. I mean, there are some dogs that it looks really good with the lead all the way out, and they look, if you're on the outside, but there's some dogs that look better next to you,
Yeah.
and it just depends on how much control you have of the dog. Some dogs you need a tighter lead so they don't go everywhere or they're not, you know, uh, zigzagging while they're gating. Some dogs you can have the lead really, and they just walk right next to you. So it just really depends on the dog. It
Okay.
really depends on the
Okay.
dog. Yeah.
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 I have one that like he wants to be as close like I have to
Yeah.
try to avoid him when I'm dating with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean I'll trip over Adonis all day and he's an XL, like it's one of those things where it's like he wants to be like right there. So I have to be the one that avoids him. But with
Yeah.
Helios, he's just like, don't let anybody know I'm here with you. Like like he'll get but it's just like he just like other than that, he's just like, no mom, don't stop looking at me. Just don't. Everyone's looking. He just wants to
Yeah.
be far enough away from me that he's not affiliated with me. I inherently live, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Hannah.
some dogs too, you're behind them a little bit, and some dogs, they're, like I said, they're leaders, so they like to lead, so they look good. You can allow them to do that because they know where to stop. They know,
I,
kind of your
I like
signal
that.
with the leash. Yeah. So, it really just depends on the dog.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting
Hey,
some really good questions
yeah,
tonight.
Yeah.
I was just
A lot of
about to say that.
interaction.
Yeah.
Yes, Kayla.
Good. Good.
Kayla,
Good.
Kayla
Yeah.
said,
What?
what's the
Yep.
biggest, most common mistake you have, what you see handlers making other than picking up a dog while he's peeing?
That was funny, Cap.
That was not a common mistake.
Not a comment. Oh my
Hey,
God.
no.
I think that's never gonna die.
Oh my
That
God,
story
no,
is
I don't.
I love
That
that.
is never gonna die.
Oh Lord.
One
Really good
dog.
conversation.
Oh, I love it. I can still laugh about it today. It's okay.
Uh,
Um, um, so what is the most common mistake? I think sucking the fun out of it for the dogs. I think that really is like they
I love
become
that.
sometimes they become so robotic that they just want to get it over with. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
fun for them anymore. So I think the most common mistake is overtraining almost. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like too much. Like it's just not fun. They're just not happy, and you can tell their ears are back. They're mopey. They don't want to do it, but they're doing it just to please you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
How long is too much?
absolutely.
How long is too much, Anna?
um, I'd say like a 5-month-old puppy, probably 5-10 minutes, like at a time. At a
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And you can space it out throughout the day, but
Yeah.
at a time, 5 minutes is good. Have them on the stack box or have them step or whatever have them do. Pay attention to your focus. That kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be long and drawn out. It does.
Yeah.
You
The
just have
attention
to be
spans are
consistent with
small.
it. Yeah, you just have to be consistent with it, and you have to make it fun for them after. Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah.
I like
Oh,
that.
10
absolutely. Keep them
minutes.
engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
5 month
have
old
a.
puppy, 5 minutes.
I think we have. Let's see here. I like this one since we're talking about puppies. We're going to go in the opposite direction. What's the oldest that you'll actually take from someone to show? What's the oldest dog?
Um, oldest?
Hmm.
Oldest dog. I haven't had the oldest dog. as long as he looked good.
Hey,
Like,
listen, I
4
got to
years,
see
3,
you.
4 years old.
You,
You know.
you got in the ring with with Grand Champion Slim
Oh
Shady at
yes,
National.
I did. He was like what, 6?
Something like that. 6, 7. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
walked it back in there just like without missing a step too. But I mean,
I love
you
Slim.
you
He's my soul dog.
yeah, he's such a cool dog. I love me some Slim Shady. That's
Yeah,
that
he
dog.
is. He's a good boy.
It is. So yeah, that's that one I can actually honestly say like I know that dog's age that you showed, and I mean, and it wasn't even just like you took him to a show or someone handed him to you. Like he came out of retirement at nationals. Like
Yeah.
how cool, how cool.
It was our last run around the ring. Death dance.
Oh, I bet that was emotional. Oh my gosh,
It was. I
I've been
loved
crying.
him.
I've been a wreck.
I love Slim.
Anna wanted to know what age do you actually start teaching and practicing as far as show training?
What age? I mean, you can start them pretty young. Like even the little things you guys are doing day to day, if you have them at a younger age, and just even the leash training, just put a collar on them so they get used to something being around their neck. Have the leash follow it, hook the leash onto them and let them just walk around the house with it. So little things like that. Even
Nice.
2 months, 3 months, yeah, you can just start doing that. Yeah. So I'm getting used to touching the backside, touching the balls, touching the tail, looking at the teeth.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
I think Stuart had a good question, and I'm definitely interested to hear you answer this. What is the best advice you have for calming a dog down at a show?
Calming a dog down. A lot of what the dog reacts to is your energy as well. So calming the dog down, you having a calm energy.
Yes.
That's one, right?
Yes.
That. Another thing is, there are calming, aromatherapy drops, calming drops. You could do that. Actually, those have been quite helpful. I know other handlers have used that too. So, but another thing is just paying attention to what the trigger is too. So what is triggering your dog to be, anxious?
I love that.
And then you go along the lines of, other things. Other people use CBD, other people use, prescription medication. It just depends. And a lot of the times though, if it's a trigger that can be helped, then that's what you would go with.
Nice.
Like,
Hey, look.
Removing the dog from a situation,
Right.
I thought you was done with that question, but Peyton asked you a question. I don't know if he's trying to put you on the spot or not, but he asked.
What? Go ahead.
Hold on, let me find it.
Now we lost the question.
What's the best dog? What's the best dog that you handled?
Ooh, yeah.
Zero. No, just kidding.
Mine.
Yeah.
It's like mine.
Yes.
No. I can't be I'm in a position I can't say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that.
It can't be. I mean, every dog's different, and you
Every
handle
dog
so much.
is different.
Yeah.
There are some dogs that are crazy, like Piggy, and there's some dogs that are. I like active, fun dogs. Towards the end, Zero kind of got mopey because I think it was just a little bit too much. So that's why we cut his campaign short at 100 and just like that's it. But yeah, there's a lot of dogs. Majority of the dogs that I've had at the end of my lead have been super fun. My clients have been amazing people, so that just made it, even more fun. And I've had to go to a lot of nice places with them. So yeah.
Let's talk about some of those places. Like, so I obviously you've been to nationals here in the U.S., but you also have made some international appearances. Where all have you gone?
So we've been we've been to Spain multiple times. That was fun. So it's a little town outside of Madrid, about a couple hours. You have to drive. But it's like it has castles and everything. It's pretty cool. And then I've been to Guatemala, so we went to Antigua, then Amsterdam. That was beautiful. If you guys could ever go to Amsterdam, go to Amsterdam. And Belgium. Belgium's pretty too. I do have, I think, speeding tickets that I don't know how to pay for yet. You didn't hear me. I can go to Amsterdam again. If you ever go to Amsterdam, do not speed. Because I'm like, ooh, I'm going like over the speed limit and everybody's moving out of my way. I didn't know. So they have cameras that clock your speed and say
they will flash your license plate. I lived over there. Like, so
Did
yes.
you? Oh
Yes, I lived in Germany, so I went to Amsterdam, Belgium multiple times. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah,
Yes.
the mix of modern architecture and historical is just amazing, and the canals, gorgeous.
The way of life, it's amazing. Everyone's so cool.
Yeah, they're very sweet. Yeah.
No one's in a hurry.
Yes.
No, they want to feed you cheese and cheese all day.
I wouldn't complain because I love cheese, but at the same time, there's a culture where they're always asking if you're hungry, and I'm just like, I just ate. We just ate. Like, yeah, there's like, no, seriously, like, you want to eat again? I was like, we just ate.
They walk so much. They get exercise and they're constantly.
Oh, absolutely.
They bike and they walk. It's beautiful there, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Europe. I love Europe. So yeah.
All right, so Hannah, everywhere you've been, what is the favorite place that you've been to? Show us. Favorite show.
Favorite show. Here in the U.S. or overseas or what?
Everywhere.
Anywhere?
Let's do one of each, to be fair, because that's a tough question to ask. You've been so many places.
There
We're
you go,
asking
Caleb.
so
There
many
you go.
unfair questions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Well, I always loved Jacksonville. I always loved the West Coast show, the Kiara throws, the one that Paulina threw. Arkansas show. There's just so many. How do you pick one?
You really can't. I mean,
you really can't.
You really
can't.
can't. I mean,
we have the most amazing show hosts in ABKC, really, truly. So,
Yes.
for sure. Oh yeah.
Hey, and to highlight something too, she said a while ago, and to highlight something that Hannah's done, Grand Champion Zero in 2022, was it? What, 100 best in breed wins in 1 year. She has not just campaigned Grand Champion Piggy, all these other dogs that she's campaigned, champion, grand champion. Like 2022 was a sweep.
Yeah.
Like over 100 best in breed wins with Grand Champion Zero.
Yeah.
That was such an amazing, because we were campaigning at the same time. We're campaigning Genesis Champion. Like, I would have hated to get in that ring with you. Like, that Grand Champion, the best in show, things like that. Like, y'all were dominant. And I just want to really highlight that year.
That's why we said Zero is good for the breed but bad for the sport. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to kill the sport. I just want 1 year. This is what I need, and that's it. You guys can do whatever you want.
What sportsmanship to say that, though. Because he could have done it again and again.
Yeah.
Like, y'all knew each other's movements. It was crazy to watch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a dog that was very in tune to what I wanted from him. So
you can tell
he was amazing. Yeah,
very much.
You want to talk about artwork? That was a work of art every time you went in the ring with him. Every single time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you feel any pressure now when you be in the ring like that? Do you feel any pressure at the end of the day when you know you finna get this title?
I always feel pressure. I mean, it's never, it doesn't, anytime you win, it's still the same. It doesn't get old, you know, it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm gonna get it again, you know. No, it's never that. It's always, you know, I gotta work for this, you know,
Yeah,
I gotta do whatever I can to win this, you know,
Yeah,
every single time you step in the ring. But
I like that.
yeah,
man.
that's
Yeah.
what keeps you hungry though. Like a good friend and a fellow handler told me, if you lose that, that means that, you know, you're not in it for the right reasons. You lose that hunger and that passion and that jitters when you still win, you know, that's, you should never lose that.
Oh, I like that.
I
Yeah,
love it.
I definitely like that.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, the show bug is real in the first place. Like once you start showing, it's like it's addictive. And then like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see where you need to kind of keep those butterflies for sure.
Yeah. I still love it. I'm not as, you know, I think the thing that I think of the most, especially when, you know, I step back into the ring, I was like, I've put in the work, you know. So that's kind of what keeps you confident, you know. So when you walk in the ring, you already walk in the ring like you won. Just that confidence, that alone is gonna help you, you know. So
Um,
Yeah. Hey, Hannah, we got Chris Smizzy keep asking about the preparations with Grand Champion Jack. Like you
oh,
played a factor into that, and how did that all come about?
oh yeah. Well, Jack, he came to me a few weeks before nationals. Um, he is a very heavy dog, so
yeah,
walking him on concrete was, I found out very quickly, was not a good thing. So I didn't walk him on concrete. When I walked him, we would walk 2 miles twice a day, and we would walk. I'd
Wow.
walk him on the grass, and I was on the concrete on the road, and he was
yeah.
on the grass. You know, so that's how I kind of conditioned him, because he really is a big, heavy dog.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and he carrying around that weight, you really do need. He needed to expand his lungs and to kind of, you know, get his endurance up. So I
Yeah.
really
So
worked on that.
2 miles a day, twice a day,
Mhm.
conditioning. Wow.
Mhm.
I
Hannah,
mean,
And he would
how
do
do you
it.
have all this how do you have all this time? Like seriously, like you are a
yeah,
superwoman. Like you are working, you're conditioning, you are training, you're doing the,
nursing.
it's
Like, how do
amazing.
you
It
do
really is.
I don't know. Well, I have a great husband. I mean, he takes care
I
of the
love
other
that.
stuff that I
So
can't,
he's
you
not
know.
fired. So Tim's not fired. You're unfired,
We're
Jim.
unfired, Jimmy. Unfired.
No fun. No fun. So with Jack and a lot of
We take back the pink slip.
We take
with
back the damn Jim.
Tim. But like with Jack, it feels like
Oh,
I remember you actually saying, because I watched an interview with you on another. It wasn't Rogue. It was something else. It might have been the one that was in
Nación.
Espanol.
Yeah,
But
Nación.
you were talking about how he actually, like, you were not just concerned with his endurance, but you also wanted to get him to like a weight that you felt was
Yeah.
either more balanced, or like what was your thought process? Not just obviously getting him his endurance up, because I mean, nationals, for anybody who's never been there, those rings are bigger. Just so we're clear,
Yes,
those rings
they're
are bigger.
bigger, and
They're bigger,
he
so
went
it's a
around
lot
12.
more difficult to travel.
Yeah, and went around 12 times on
Yes,
that ring.
and
Yeah.
another thing that people, and he was also part of that showcase
Yeah.
earlier.
Yes.
So I mean, he was working
That's
all day.
more than 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was working the whole day, and he was
all day.
being let out so people could see him. So
yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
that's
so
one of
he
those
had a
things that
busy
people.
day.
Right. And so, like, when you were getting him ready, obviously, other outside of the endurance to be able to do that, but
Hmm.
what, like, where did you want his weight to kind of get to, and why?
Well, I wanted his weight to be. I didn't want his weight to be so sucked in where he looked. His stomach was too sucked in. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
Yeah,
needed
you
him
didn't
to
want
have a
his
little bit
touch to be
more.
too simply. Yeah.
So,
I wanted him to be a little fuller, but not to the point where his tummy was sagging as well. So,
Right.
you know, those are some of the things you watch every day. I'm always watching the dogs, especially during show season when I'm getting them prepared. I'm watching how the food is interacting with their body, what they're looking like now, you know. You just have to watch that, and then you have to take into consideration, hey, I have to give them a little bit more because of the travel, you know. But Jack's a good eater. He's not like Zero, I have to force feed him. But Jack's at the end, yes.
I did
It was
not know that
bad,
about Zero.
girl. Oh my gosh. He's so
Gave me
spoiled.
some trouble.
He gets food all the time.
What finally worked to get him to eat? I mean, obviously you say you had to force feed him at times, but like, was there something that kind of broke the barrier where you was like, oh yes, now this dog eats?
Oh, I had to feed him different things so he would just get interested again in eating. He's such a he was a hard dog to campaign at the end. But in the beginning he was good.
Well,
Yeah, he did make it. But yeah, but those are some of the things you watch for when you're conditioning a dog for the show, and you have to think of
how do you avoid
So Hannah,
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I like that.
We'd had
I'm next.
somebody asked earlier if like how. I'm just gonna
Hey, there's Daryl right there.
completely hijack this from you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Daryl's
love
watching.
Daryl.
That's cool.
Yeah,
What a
he's
weekend he
amazing.
had. What a
He's an
weekend.
amazing handler.
Oh, he killed it. Like,
He's
yeah,
an amazing
that
handler.
was a work of art. Daryl, man, watching you in the ring with Jack was just one of those things where that cute little, like when you did your pre-spin and this little smack on the toast, man, it was just,
people were eating it up, right?
Oh,
People
absolutely.
online, people were just like, they were like, oh, I was rooting for him online. I was like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I thought it was going to pass out.
Amazing.
Like, Daryl, I thought you were going to pass out when Sortisa started walking towards you with the pills and you took a step back. And
Yeah,
I
he
literally
looked at
thought
me
you were
like,
ready to pass out. I was like, somebody needs to catch him real quick.
I'm like,
It's like,
go.
It's coming to you, man. You win. Oh man,
What a cool
yeah,
moment.
that was priceless. What a humble, what a great, talented handler. So
He's an amazing handler. He really is.
yeah,
Really is.
that was beautiful to watch for sure. But yeah,
the week before, the night before the Nationals was when the day before the Nationals was when he first met Jack. So we did, you know, some work in the parking lot, and you know, I took a video and he was reviewing those videos. He was like watching them and like
That's
kind
so
of
cool.
figuring out what he was gonna do. You know, it was just amazing.
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, with that little time under the belt with that single dog that you're about to walk into the Nationals ring with, I mean, you would never have known. You would never have known that they met the day before. You never would have. God, that's awesome. Wow, that just makes that having seen that, which is way more exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Jack is like he's a loving dog. He's a people dog. He
Yeah.
just looks into your soul. So, you know, makes it easier too. And that bond was like established almost immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I love that.
He's definitely very, very good, very solid dog.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed watching everybody in the ring. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
But what did I ask? Distractions.
The distractions. Yeah.
To be distracted.
Sorry.
Get it.
How do we avoid that next time so that I'm not distracted? Oh my God. So yeah, how do you avoid or basically manage distractions when you're in the ring?
Distractions for the dog or for the people, or for me?
We go with a bit of both. One of each.
You don't get distracted.
I sometimes do, especially when Devin or Kiara are Kiara or Paulina are next to me. I get super distracted.
Gotcha.
Good Lord.
hey, but look, on a real tip, now interviewing you, I don't know whether to look at the handler or the dog now. Trying to pick up some perks. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's the best thing to do is watch the handler though. If you want to learn how to handle, if you want to be a dog, then watch the dog.
Yeah.
You know, But no, just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, but if you want to learn some tips and tricks, and just watch the handlers, watch the great handlers like Cece right there.
Oh,
She's a one to
Yes.
really watch too.
Yes, she
Devin,
is.
Kiara,
oh,
love her.
yes. Again,
Um,
yeah,
watch the
women in the
handlers.
ring just,
But
I love watching.
distraction, distractions.
Again,
So
which is
remember
so
when, yeah, yeah. But remember when I said like uh keep the dog's head forward, you
yeah.
know. Distractions in the ring, just pay attention to if your dog is reacting to a certain dog in the ring. If there's a dog, because you've seen that, I've seen that. There's been dogs that like stare down a certain dog and then they automatically react. So watch what your dog is doing. Try to get your dog's attention always, keep their focus on you. That minimizes their want or their
Yeah.
ability to be distracted. So really try to have them focus on you, bait, whatever it takes, ball, bait, toy, person outside of the ring. I've had that. I've had the owner stand over there and be like, yeah, your owner's right there. Yeah, you stand. And then they'll be like,
Yeah.
and they won't look anywhere else because they're not looking for their mama or daddy.
Yeah, that's right.
They know
Yeah.
where they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's what I tell them too. Like, it doesn't matter if you go and hide because they can still smell you.
Oh, right. They're just like, I smell my mom.
Yeah. Just stand right there,
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, yes, those are some of the things really to minimize distractions for the dog. Yeah.
Yes.
But just
Hey,
pay
Hannah,
attention to how they're reacting.
hey, I had a
Go
question
ahead.
too.
Sure.
So you took on Jack
Mhm.
a few weeks before Nationals. Helped train the handler, which will help introduce the handler, not train, he's already a trained handler,
Yeah.
but help introduce him to Jack.
Yeah.
While you were campaigning, where did Piggy end up? Top 5, top 6 in ABKC?
2.
2. Oh, wow. Number
Number 1 in the
2, like
US.
that is wild. So the number 1 US dog, you were campaigning, you were getting ready for Nationals, but you helped condition and get ready a dog that ended up winning Nationals and help the trainer introduce, get that bond, show him, the quirks and things like that you need to show him for handling. Like, I just want to again highlight that. Like, that's my job on this live, to highlight the the successes.
Thank you.
But that's amazing how selfless of you to do. And how you were looking at, I want the best dog to be presented the best way in whatever dog that is that day. They're going to take the title. Like, how did you take that on so selfless?
For me, I understand that different judges have different ways of looking at things, different preferences. I'm not always that's going to win. So if I take on a dog and I commit to the dog, for me, I'm going to do my very best for that dog to win. It doesn't matter if it's not my dog, and it doesn't matter if my dog is in the ring. That's always the case. And I'm going to put them with a handler that I know can probably win with that dog. Because I don't, how would I feel if I send my dog out to you? I know you're going to have a dog in the ring and you're going to sabotage my dog. It doesn't ever sit well with me. I wouldn't want that for myself, and I don't want my clients to feel that either. So the reason why I didn't take Jack on for Nationals was I already had a 0-son booked. His grand champion won. He was already booked with me for Nationals, and Jack was not a grand yet when he was booked. So that's the reason why I had to find another handler. And we went through a couple of handlers, and I said, I want this handler.
Wow.
I knew he was gonna be at Nationals. Yeah. So when I found out he was gonna be at Nationals, I'm like, no brainer, because I've seen him handle in the Philippines. He's amazing. He's a great handler. And he's he has his own handling program in the Philippines. Like, he has people that he's actually taught how to handle. He has a huge client base. He actually moved here just a few months ago. So,
Really?
and I knew he would do really well, and he's a humble person. So that's why I picked Daryl. But
Good
yeah,
choice.
you just,
Definitely
yeah,
a good choice.
yeah,
It worked out very
always,
well.
yeah, yeah. Can you imagine his first nationals ever,
That's
and he
crazy.
takes best in
And
show? That's
it's
just
with an
Oh my.
insanity.
underdog. With an
Insanity.
underdog. Jack isn't
Yes,
like he walked in
he
there and he
was.
wasn't top 10.
Yeah, he
So it's
wasn't
like one of
on
those things where
anybody's
like,
radar.
right. They're just like, didn't
Yeah.
see that one coming. And I love that. I think that's
Hmm.
kind of my favorite aspect of all of that was that no one saw that coming.
No one saw that, and that is the very essence and the very beauty of nationals.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
don't know.
Yes.
It could go to anyone. It could go to
Yeah.
a dog that you don't think that'll win, because there was
Yeah.
a few dogs that are crowd favorites, because we were running the ranks. We were trying to get up on the ranks, so
Mhm.
everybody was seeing these dogs throughout the year. Jack was up in Canada, just sitting pretty, and then he comes down and he wins nationals. It's just insane.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the
Oh
first
yeah.
time that
They'd have been
I
over
think
the moon.
they were going crazy. Every time that Daryl would do his little, cross thing, they would do the same. But yeah, yeah, it was just amazing. But I think that's the first time an international dog has ever won nationals. Yeah.
Huh. I like again, I love it. And you
Yeah.
know, one of my favorite aspects of that win though is that you had it, like you and Devin, like immediately,
Yeah.
like you were just there for
Yeah.
Daryl and for
Yeah.
Jack. And I love the camaraderie with
Yeah.
that. Like it was
Yes.
just one of those things
Yes.
where you guys were celebrating, that victory for him with them.
That's
And
what people don't understand. We can be the fiercest competitors in the ring, but it's not like we're not at each other's throat. You know what I mean? We're
right.
respectful. We respect each other. We shake our hands and we mean it. When we congratulate you, we mean it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like
Oh,
there's no need for all the ick.
oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
And then, like, I
Because
can't remember who took, yeah, like,
like when Devin said, when one of us wins, we all win. We're all happy for each other.
I love that.
That's just it.
absolutely. I can't remember which photographer took that picture. It might have been Jim, um, but who won an award, I believe, also for his photography.
Oh, he did.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool award.
But a picture was taken of both you and Devin, embracing Daryl and just like you both are like teared up, and I loved that, man. I just
I
loved
I
that.
think it was just Giuseppe, uh, the gentleman from Italy. There was a photographer from Italy. I think that was
Wow.
it.
This story
Yeah, I'm
just
not
keeps getting
sure.
better and better.
It does.
We got an international crew here.
I'm here for it.
It's not
Oh.
about the U.S. anymore, guys.
It could all just go international. I love it.
Oh.
Uh, yeah,
No, Hannah, I
it was
love watching y'all's
amazing.
content. I love watching y'all's content. You and Jim,
Thank
like I said,
you.
complete power couple. Like his photography,
Oh,
your handling, the dogs that y'all do together, like seeing y'all at the lake and seeing y'all like at these different places and doing the photography. It's like, gosh, that is
you
the
know,
perfect shot of the perfect dog, of the perfect handler, just on the perfect day.
Isn't
oh yeah,
it just
it's true.
annoying?
You already know, like, you
I'm
already
kidding a
know
little
how
bit.
lighting goes. You already know how lighting goes. It's like, but
Oh,
the reason why we can do everything we do is really the group of people around us.
I love it.
Paulina's a huge help. Devin, Kiara, just the people who are around us. Rianne, those Jim. We're able to do these things because of who we are able to surround ourselves with.
Oh yeah, you guys are definitely a motley crew.
And Emily. Oh my
Oh
God,
yeah.
Emily. Emily and Andrew. I didn't forget you, girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely have
Right.
a great group around you.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to like. There are times when like you'll post pictures like either right before or right after a show, and I'm like, I didn't know she knew them, but it's like you've known them for years, and I'm just like, wow, this is dang. I mean, you truly do surround yourself with some amazing people, and I love that, and I love that you guys, like, again, you said you're fierce competitors, but like you are so happy to see
Yeah.
them do well,
Yeah.
and to evolve. I love it.
Anybody. I love when people win, and especially those that, don't win as much as we do, or they have one dog and then they're, trying to get a champion. Happy for them too, It doesn't have to be just our friends. I love when people enjoy the sport, how they should enjoy the sport, So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
Are there
love
any?
that statement.
yeah.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Are there any up and coming either like dogs or programs that you're excited to kind of see get in the ring?
Um, I've been really wanting to see. I know LaShonda has some really nice dogs in her program that I'd love to see out in the ring. I was able to kind of Stephen Maxwell. I'd like to see their dogs in the ring. Um, Let me see. I have Chester that's coming up, Mr. Chester, man.
Yes, I'm ready to see him in the
Yeah.
ring. That's a good looking
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Ain't even
We'll
done yet.
see.
6 months
He's
old.
kind of
Oh my
falling
God.
apart here. We'll see. Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
puppy.
I know. That's what everyone says. He's a puppy. Well, it's okay. I can be critical
Oh my
of him
God.
on his mama. But yeah, Emily has some really nice dogs that are coming up, I think. Yeah, those are some of the people, all the up and comers that I'm really excited to see. Yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
Chris was asking if there are any changes that you might be looking forward to the ABKC possibly making moving forward.
Mm, Changes.
Because he was talking about it. He did make that post recently about,
Yeah,
oh, we're going to do some
yes.
changes and stuff like
I
that.
hope.
So, of course,
I
that
hope.
kind of, fueled us all to be like, ooh, what changes?
Well, I don't know what changes they're going to make. I hope it's nothing to do with the breed standards, not per se right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope that it's with kind of tightening up on, their verbiage for like judges and things like that. Like I think that would be more of what I would think that they're doing. Just education more than anything. I hope
Yeah.
it's that, because there is a education divide, especially with the dog world moves so fast. There's new people coming in. There's new, I think it would be good for them to have a central place where there's good education that everybody can reach, the community can reach out to or grab when they need, or mentors even. I hope they have a mentorship program. That would be great.
So, like
That's what I'd like to see.
breed club.
Yeah.
Similar. Maybe, I hope so. I don't know. I'm not ABKC, but that would be something that I would enjoy. And the junior handler program too. I would love to see junior handlers judged on their handling, like their skills. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's I mean, there's a
Just better
million
criteria,
different
I think.
changes that they could mean, and
Yeah.
of course, some people are like, oh, well, what about Merle, and it would,
I don't
whether
know.
or not, like, I mean, I would be interested to find out if they went ahead and sanctioned Merle in the show ring, whether it be alongside their respective
Mhm.
height classes or in their own class in and of
Mhm.
itself, like, would
I think
you show Merle for somebody?
me. I don't know. I've shown a Fluffy. No, erase that. No, I'm just kidding.
Never happened.
all my Frenchy people are gonna be like, I don't mind.
Oh,
Fluffies are
oh,
cute.
man.
They are cute. I mean, damn it, it's not their
I
fault.
mean,
They're
I
just
mean,
cute.
I wouldn't have one for myself because I'm a standard girl, but you know, I mean, for other people, they're cute. You know, whatever, whatever
Oh,
floats your
definitely,
boat, people.
definitely.
Whatever floats your boat. But yeah. What was my train of thought?
Oh, I was
Okay,
just
I lost
asking
my
like
train of thought.
if they ultimately sanctioned Merle, which
Oh,
means it's part of the
Merle, yes.
standard. Not that it hasn't been. It's just now they're allowed to be in the show ring. Would you
Yeah.
be willing to show someone?
I guess if it's something that ABKC is allowing, you know, then why not? That'd be interesting. I've seen some nice Merles. I have.
Mhm.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
I like that answer.
yeah. But ABKC has to sanction it before I actually handle a Merle in their ring. Yeah.
I hear you. I
It
absolutely
was.
hear you.
I think too what happened at nationals where they wanted all the Merles to come out and all the micros and all of that. I think the big part of it was they wanted to see what the community was working with and what they were creating, and if there was
Absolutely.
enough to be able to, you know, add it. But I think a lot of people didn't show up, and I think that's unfortunate because that was the chance, you
There
know,
were
for you to
I agree
show
with
there
them,
were a lot of really good Merles that I
you
knew
know.
from other registries that I was sitting there thinking like, y'all better show up. Oh my gosh, bring this dog,
Yeah,
bring this dog, bring this dog. 'Cause
but they
we'd had that
didn't.
discussion with Dave
Yeah.
not too
Yep,
long prior to
sure
that. We were
did.
just like, hey,
Oh, you
you
did.
know,
Okay.
what is the
Yes.
point of the showcase? And he did say, I want to see, I want not
Yes,
just
he
myself,
did.
but he's like, I want
Exactly.
judges, I want exhibitors, I want other breeders to see what these other varieties are bringing to the table and whether or not that's something that should or should not come into consideration at a later date, obviously. So
Mm-hmm.
to give that kind of, you know, stage
Platform.
and
Yeah.
then and that opportunity, and for some people to be like, nah man, I'm cool.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
No one knows
stage
what
is
you want.
opened. The
Yeah.
stage is opened, and a lot of people didn't answer that
Yeah.
were fighting for it. And it's like, that makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Dave said, this is a registry for the community, and that's exactly what it's based on. And he opened the door.
Mm-hmm.
People
Yeah.
that did not show up, I don't want to hear anything more from you.
Yep.
Like, honestly.
Exactly.
And that
Yeah.
might sound
Exactly.
harsh, but you had an opportunity to come. The ones
Right.
that did, I commend you. I love
Yeah.
I love the micros that came
Absolutely.
out.
Oh my
I
God.
love the Merles
Absolutely.
that came
Yeah.
out. But honest, it's so hard because I don't know if there was enough that came out to really, really change that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't move hearts and minds like I'm sure Dave was hoping that maybe it could have, because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, again, that was why that showcase existed in the first place, was so it would, you know, eyes and hands. It put dogs in eyes and hands. And if you didn't bring the best, or what you felt was the best that could have changed hearts and minds, then you lost that opportunity. And that really did
It
kind of
it
suck.
really like, you know, Schmizzy Bull says, you know, it really wasn't a glorified fun show. It was
No,
really
not at all.
a showcase. Yeah, it was really a showcase to show ABKC what the community was
Exactly.
working with,
Mm-hmm.
and to kind of change their minds, or not even change their minds, but just show them so that, you know, they could consider, you know,
Oh
because
yeah.
they want to see healthy dogs, they want to see functional dogs, and if you
Right.
have those dogs, they want to see them because they're not at shows every single weekend, and we don't have those dogs showing. So how do we know? Like, how do they know?
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. I mean, there are some beautiful examples of. I mean, I'm
Samantha
extraordinarily
and
happy that.
Hans,
Oh my God,
Yes.
little Debbie! To
they have
see
a
little
great,
Debbie in person for the first time, I was
Yes.
sitting there thinking like, I am so happy that they showed up, because that
yeah,
feels to me like
Yes.
the quintessential micro, you
yeah,
know. So
yeah.
that that category did its
Mm-hmm.
job.
Yeah.
Those
Yes,
people
it
showed up.
did.
You know what I mean?
They
Those
did.
people
Absolutely.
showed up.
They did.
So
100%.
at that, right. And I felt like we saw some exceptional examples of
Mm-hmm.
that variety. So the other ones, it just felt like it was just like, I know that there were a couple of them that's like, oh, I just feel like this is kind of disrespectful. Like, you're just giving us a fun show opportunity. And I was like, okay, on the biggest stage the
That is
founding
a
registry,
huge
like,
step
right, of the
to
mother
where you want to get
registry.
to.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, this is bigger than just, having a fun show at a random ABK show in Ohio or something. This is nationals. So
Yeah,
I
there's a
did
lot
feel
of
like
eyes.
they
And
they missed
and
the missed
like you
opportunity.
said, there's a lot of judges that showed up, so they would have seen too. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is what the community's been working
Yeah.
with.
And everyone's going live. So the whole community, the whole bully community is going to see the showcase that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a
What they do
showcase for a
there?
reason. Showcase these different varieties that you want to see in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, anybody that complains past this point, like, well, why isn't Merle being sanctioned? Well, did you show up? Did you show them the good Merles that you have?
Yeah, because there's some really nice ones.
There's some
Brian Trumbull
really,
has
really
some nice
good ones.
ones.
Really good ones. We know people that have really, really good Merles. We've seen them at other registries as well. When we go and compete there, and so it's like, yeah, it literally it was. God, I hate to use the word disappointed.
That's a good word to use.
You already used
It was
it.
just a missed opportunity. That's all.
I hated using it. That's
Bruce.
the point. I hated using
Yeah, it was just a
It
missed
was. It
opportunity.
was rather disappointing. But again, thank goodness for the micro class though, because those people they showed up and they showed out, and I was happy to see
Yeah,
it.
John Gueco, he had a beautiful boy too.
Yes.
Mellow.
Yep. So
So
but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where this is a young breed, and it's always gonna continue to grow into itself, and as long as everything kind of is centered around the ultimate health and mobility and structure of the dogs, then
yeah. I think really if you look at right now, and you're talking about health and mobility of the dogs, you saw the Asian national winner, Bazooka. You see he's very similar in type. Yeah, big dude. Yeah, but he's a pocket, and he's he's very similar in type to Jack.
Mhm.
But these are dogs that are in the pocket class and in the standard class, and there's still functionality, but they have that look.
Yes.
So you can see already kind of a similarity between the two, and what ABKC kind of wants in their dogs.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was very loud and clear, and I was not confused. At that point, I was like, seeing Jack win, I was like, I get it, 100%. I get it. I'm here for it. I liked him,
but they still have to function. They can't just be that.
And boy, did he function. And then to watch Bazooka do his thing as well. You're sitting there thinking, like, a dog that is that big, moving it as well as he. It's just you're like, okay, I get it. I'm here
and
for it.
His handler is amazing too. He's actually an FCI handler to all breeds.
I read that. I was like, okay. Which is another all breed in case anybody. It's an international all breed.
Filipino handlers, man.
Yeah, that's like Europe's Europe and Asia's AKC essentially.
Yes, FCI. Well, FCI is kind of like the parent company, and then AKC and all those other registries are under FCI. Yeah, PCCI for the Philippines. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it was. I agree. I absolutely agree with you. It's they've been very clear with what they're kind of heading towards, and again, it's the ability to have that mass, that balance. That's the thing. Both of those dogs are terribly well balanced. Like for being as big as they are, they're just big everywhere, and it doesn't hinder the movement. Like they still move so well. Yeah. So I hear you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Amanda, Adam Fields and Smizzy want you to take your flowers because they want Dave Wilson to hire you for the next nationals. Yeah. I watched her live.
She did amazing.
I had to mute it because I couldn't listen to her talk anymore, so I had to mute it. But the coverage was wonderful.
Oh no!
I got in the habit of like every single time I saw a new, like the
I'm
number at the top
joking. I'm
changed.
joking.
Yeah. Well, but every single time the number at the top changed, I was like, oh crap. So now I got to rehash like what we're watching.
No,
Almost like,
you were in the
oh,
perfect.
it's
You really were in the
1-2.
perfect place, the perfect content. Like it was magical, and it was like we were there. So thank you, Amanda. I
Oh,
would give
yeah.
her flowers.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
she'll
did
probably save
amazing.
this. Yes.
Well,
Yeah, they need to
thank you.
hire
I definitely
Amanda.
appreciate it. Well, you can all thank
And she was very
Mary
positive, very
Scribner.
positive.
No, Mary Scribner is the one that actually picked the placement of the, because we brought our own chairs.
Nice.
And we placed them very specifically, and that was one of the spots, so that way, like I knew that that's where I would be, and yeah, no, that was Mary. That was all Mary.
Yeah.
She picked that spot, so she's a hero.
Mary Scribner, also a great photographer. Like
Uh-huh.
yes,
Mary.
Mary's doing her thing out there.
Oh yeah, she just got done
I
doing
love
jungle.
having her do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got back from jungle, and when I tell you, she walked straight out of her, like the shoes that she was wearing, the soles are gone. Like walked them out.
House shoes,
Oh,
house shoes.
She walked the soles out of the shoes she was wearing, and she still got
Wow.
like 9,000 pictures to edit. Like, oh my god,
Was she wearing house shoes at the end of the jungle?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Like, I've
I
known
would
her.
have.
We did this at
Yes,
National. She
Mary
brought
did
two pairs
her
of
thing.
shoes. Like,
I saw
Wow.
June Williams post, and he was saying he was wearing a sandal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that
oh, wow.
that would
Telling
sound
you.
about right. You know, I was with my sandals too.
After that day, yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Because now, Hannah, what shoes do you get?
I get Cole Haan.
What is it?
Cole Haan.
Two
I like Cole Haan.
2 trains?
Every time in the background with Bruce, you hear he has 2 trains that cross in the middle of
Oh, I hear
our
it, yeah.
lives. Hysterical. 2 trains.
He lives
Interesting.
right next to a train track, literally.
Oh.
Perfect.
Hey.
The timing couldn't have been better, for real.
And it don't
Yeah,
wake me
I
up
mean,
when they come through it from sleep.
Mhm.
I'm used to it.
That's never fun. Like, I'm late. Oh gosh. Now, are
Yes.
those shoes that you like? Obviously, they work. But like, are they easily, like, can you get them easily, or do you have to special order them? Because I know that when it comes to your outfits, you're like you kind of like you take your time getting the outfits that you get,
It takes me
especially for
months to
nationals.
figure out. Yeah, it really does. But no, the shoes, you can get them anywhere. Cole Haan is, if you know, let's see, they're owned by Nike, so they're the ones who made the dress shoes with the comfortable sole, like so Cole Haan, COLEHAAN.
Cole Haan. I'm going to type that in the. You said HAHN.
Yeah.
HAAN. Cole Haan. But they're the dress shoes.
Hannah,
They have the
Amanda,
dress shoes on top. And,
Amanda's going to order a pair tonight, at least one pair. I guarantee it.
yeah. You got to get the cloud.
It's not
the
my
cloud.
fault. She's right. Okay. It's not my fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, really. I fall. Like anytime she gives a new piece of advice, I'm just like, yes.
Or hey dudes. Hey dudes are great
The eye
too.
contact, the outfits, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Cole Haan. Hey dudes are good. Everybody ever use Hey Dudes?
Oh, hey dudes, yeah. I saw a commercial about that recently. So they make flats, or
Oh no, I just use because you can throw them in the washing machine. Well, it depends on what. It depends
Amazing.
on your outfit. Yeah, you have to wear
Cole
the right
Haan.
outfit with that. Yeah, Cole.
nice. I like how Adam Field said Crocs and socks.
Crocs and socks.
Crocs and socks. I was like,
Anthony Gray special. The Anthony
Anthony
Gray
Gray,
special.
Yeah.
Crocs and socks.
I say whatever works now. Put on sport mode and go.
Or Alberta was just like, yes, white fluffy house shoes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, whatever works,
Oh.
whatever's comfortable, you feel comfortable. That's
Okay.
good.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I
Exercise is
usually
nice
bring the
too.
shoes. I bring the shoes I'm showing in, and then a pair of sandals to change in and out of, so that way I'm not
Oh, girl,
too
I bring like
cross.
2 or 3 pairs of shoes because sometimes those dogs be pooping on the shoe. Yes,
Pooping on the shoe, peeing on the hand.
yes. I don't know. Peeing on
Or
the
on the
other dog.
dog, for that matter.
Oh,
Oh man.
Oh
I've never.
man.
That's something that I look forward to eventually having to have happen. Is that? I mean, obviously,
Peeing on the
Caleb
hand.
has a similar experience of having his dog decide that the timing was perfect,
Did he pee on
and his
you?
dog was significantly larger, and it was a number 2, not a number 1.
Oh.
Amanda, you are such a jerk. You are such a bully, you know.
You did say you
That
hated
guy.
me earlier, so you know, just gotta make it worth it.
I never said I hated you. I would never say that. Dislike.
Oh.
But
Thoroughly
yes, Genesis pooped
like,
one in the rain.
Oh.
A big pile.
Okay.
Yes.
They're dogs. They're gonna poop.
Easy, Bruce.
Yeah.
Easy, Bruce.
I'm talking about shovel size.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
Bruce, get your ass on.
The precious thing is he didn't see it at first. Like Caleb was walking into the ring, and obviously, Genesis was behind him. He had no idea that Genesis had literally just dropped, right? And all he heard was "oh" in the background. It's like so bad.
You're like,
Hey, funny story. Hannah, they tell this story every chance they get.
Yes.
just watch. You guys are gonna have that issue too. Watch.
Oh man.
And I can't wait. I'm gonna have the video camera rolling.
Exactly. Like I'm waiting for the day it's gonna happen. These
It's
are
gonna happen.
dogs.
It's gonna happen.
I will be there. I'll be watching.
These are dogs. Absolutely.
Oh man, Hannah, I have thoroughly enjoyed this live, and of course we have one more question. We always got to ask it before we get off here, and we have a lot of new dog people, a lot of new handlers, a lot of people that are gravitating towards the information that you're giving, the knowledge that you're giving, people that are first getting into it. Whether that's breeding, whether that's handling. What's some advice that you would give them?
What is some advice that I would give them? Well,
Someone just getting into it.
Just getting into it.
Yeah.
For the movies.
I would say go to a show and sit ringside and watch. Just observe, especially your first 2 or 3 shows. Just sit and watch and observe. Make sure that it's something that you really want to get into. Meet people. The people that are winning, walk up to them, talk to them. A lot of them are very nice, especially in the bully world. And a lot of them are ready to, talk. And the bully world is very different than all breed, So, yeah, don't be shy. Just come up to us, talk to us, get some advice. But, yeah, I'd say really do your homework and study before really getting a dog. Honestly, yeah.
I love that.
And don't you love your first dog? I understand, but don't buy like 10 more right after.
Are you serious?
That's what people do. Yes, that's what people do. They're like, oh, I love this dog, and I'm gonna get another one. No, don't do that.
Okay, don't do that. Okay, write that down.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No.
Don't buy 10 dogs all at once.
Great advice, though, because a lot of people get stuck in that. They buy a dog from a local breeder. They love that dog. They get compliments on it. They go back to the same breeder and buy 3 more, 4 more, because that dog is getting attention in their local area. Like you said, go to dog shows, sit ringside, watch, analyze, because the champions, grand champions, that is the breed standard. That is the standard we're going towards of going forward with the American Bully. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Hannah, I always love talking to you. Like
Thank you.
the amount of knowledge, the amount of just professionalism. You were always, always, always professional. And I can't
try to
commend you
be.
enough on that. Yeah, but you really are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've enjoyed
absolutely.
this.
And approachable, my personal favorite. Like you,
Oh,
anybody can walk up to you. I mean, even
I
me.
do have I have like fish brain though. I'm like, so I apologize if somebody comes up to me like, hi, gotta go. What number are we on?
You're always a mile a millisecond, so that's I mean, you're at a show after all. Like you're all.
But if you're able to sit me down, hi.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hi.
Absolutely. Anybody that ever sees Hannah at a show, just absolutely, like, if you can pin her down between classes and between shows within the same event, it's just like, absolutely, please do. She's amazing, 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 amazing.
Yes, and Hannah, real quick, how do people get a hold of you? What is your Facebook, Instagram, your own website? How do people get a hold of you?
I do have a website. It's www.presentedbyhannah.com. I think the best way to reach out to me is through Messenger and Facebook, Hannah and Kahasaaba. On Instagram, I'm presented by Hannah. But yeah, those are the places to reach me.
Y'all reach
just put
out. You
that,
will not be disappointed.
No,
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
absolutely not. Yeah, I'm posting.
You guys are so amazing. Like honestly, I enjoy myself every time.
Oh,
We will have
I'm
you
just
on
so happy
again.
that you were. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's
And Amanda
especially
will order
considering
the same shoes that you got.
Oh man, Amanda. Go to the outlet mall. They have outlet malls. They're cheaper.
Oh, we're gonna see Amanda on live going to the outlet malls this weekend.
Hey.
Amanda, nothing but love. You started it. You started
That's
it.
fair. I'll take it. I did.
But no, Hannah. Hey, Hannah. Thank you. We appreciate it as always.
Welcome.
Like we love seeing you at shows. We love having you on the live. We're definitely gonna have to run it again. But if no one else got anything, we're gonna wrap it up. Hey, thank y'all for viewing in, and Hannah, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Bruce, appreciate you. Amanda, we'll try again next Tuesday.
You guys are
Bye.
amazing.
Peace.
I'm just gonna
Bye.
punch him in the face. Okay. Well, everybody's gonna be on our YouTube later on. So as soon as everyone's logged off and everything, and I end it, I'll go ahead and start uploading it to our YouTube, and then I'll add the link. So definitely share this if you are just tuning in. Again, it's going to go back up on our personal pages as well as our YouTube, and then definitely go to her website, www.presentedbyhannah.com. Reach out to her by messenger if you need to get a hold of her. So Tuesday Night Bully Yalk, logging out.